if you do this, you will be attacking us. You will now be a direct party to the war. But we say he's bluffing. Well, guess what? The Russian ambassador to the United Nations, in a session of the Security Council, that means they are seated there, said, if you do this, it will be a declaration of war. He said it at the Security Council, to the Security Council, letting them know with no uncertain terms, this will be war. Anatoly Antonov on Friday furthered that. He said, not only are we going to hit NATO targets, and we will hit NATO targets, we will hit America too. Your hands will be burned by this. But even then, Starmer flew to Washington, D.C. Blinken flew to Kiev. They were going to do it, Judge. They were going to do it. Then the back channel call came in. We believe that's done through the intelligence services. And the Russians made it absolutely certain what would happen, to include, I believe, the targets and the weapon systems that will hit them. Did you see how mad Biden was when he had to sit down with Starmer? How furious he was? And they said, did you have to back down to Putin? I have no use for Putin. Well, Putin humiliated him because he was ready to sign off on that. Blinken overrode. Remember, Lloyd Austin last week in Ramstein told Zelensky, no, you can't do this, because the Pentagon understands what's going to happen.
Right.
They understand the role they play. The Pentagon knows that you can't attack Russia without American fingers touching it. And they say, we don't want to be a party to this conflict because we trust the Russians when they say there will be consequences. But Blinken and Biden overrode it because it's political now. If you remember during the debate, the question asked by ABC News to both candidates, do you want Ukraine to win this war? Well, that's the exact same line of speech that Tony Blinken used. We want Ukraine to win this war, and they can only win it if they can equalize the playing field by striking deep. Russia came back and said, we will basically destroy Kiev, not with nuclear. They will use Avangard. It's a hypersonic warhead on strategic systems. It hits the ground with the equivalent of 26 kilotons of high explosive, more powerful than the bomb used at Hiroshima or Nagasaki, but it's conventional. They'll take out Kiev, but then they're going to take out sites in England, in Brussels, in Germany, and in the United States. And they made it clear this is going to happen instantly. The decisions have already been made. We will automatically do it. You can't stop it. So I'm trying to emphasize this point, Judge, because on Saturday morning, every American got up and went off and did their business. We almost all died on Saturday. Had Biden said, nah, we're going to do it, we'd all be dead right now. Because once the Russians did that, we'd have to respond with nuclear weapons. We'd have no choice. And then 72 hours later, because that's all it takes, Judge, 72 minutes. 72 minutes later, an hour and 12 minutes, we'd all be dead. That's all it takes for the world to be gone. And that almost happened on Saturday. I'm not bluffing. I'm not joking. This is as real as it gets. This is why Biden was so furious, because he was humiliated. Because Putin basically told him, I've made the decision that we're all going to die because of you, you idiot, you moron, you nincompoop. Don't attack Russia. This is the red line of red lines. Don't do it. And yet they're still talking about how they can do it. But we are as close as we've ever been since the Cuban Missile Crisis of having global nuclear war.